Okay, another members only video. With this one, we're going to be talking about Gen 4 idle control. So lately, we've had several of you that have been dealing with these Gen 4s and camshafts, and I feel like I've done several of them lately. And I've got this in my some of my base file videos, but this is going to be a little more short and sweet, and I'm going to go into a few more advanced things. So on any of these cars or trucks, stage 2 cam, whatever, anything that's in the 210 and above intake duration, the first thing you've got to do, which we've talked about, you go into this, base set point, and I like to use round numbers. So this is a Pontiac G8 file. So let's say we're using like a BTR red hot cam. I want to target 750, up here. So I'm going to add 200 there. I'm going to add 200 to this table. This is just to start off. I'm going to copy this table. I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to come into my minimum VSS, and you can make it 750 or just add the 200. Okay, so we have that. The next thing is that we want to go to airflow, and we need to go to the airflow minimum table. Okay, and if we're going to command more RPM, then we have to get there with either airflow or spark. Okay, so you have to understand that airflow is going to be created through the throttle body moving, which is going to be, slow, large, potentially oscillating movements and effects. Okay, so your timing advance is going to be your faster, smoother, method of getting your idle to stabilize. So you put a big cam, a blower, you go up in cubic inches. This is not going, we're in grams per second. This is not going to be enough to idle the vehicle. It's just not. It's going to oscillate. It's going to do all kind of crazy things. So a good round number is, we're going to say 12 grams is where we need to be. Okay. And then, you can leave this like it is and blend this, or you can come up here and just do, we'll call this 22. And again, this is just to get us started. And then what I'm going to do is blend this. This right here is going to get you up and going. Okay, you're not going to have any issues. If you have a bit of a cruise control effect, it could potentially happen in here, but we're not getting into that right now. Okay. And as always, startup airflow, you'll probably want to go in here, and I'll probably want to make this something like 12 as well. Might blend this, and then I may just use that for the whole table. That would probably work just fine. Something like that. Just to make sure it fires up clean every time. So rarely, I'm going to say almost never, do we have to come into here? Do we need to come in here? We just don't need to. So from this point, the vehicle should start in idle. Okay. If it fires up and it's struggling, the next place to come is going to be your base idle spark advance table. Okay. So and every file is going to be different, but generally speaking, 18 degrees is going to be enough to idle, one of these camshafts. Now, when you get into the 224, 225 intake duration and plus, maybe not. You may have to go into your coast down table. You may have to bump this up 3 or 4 degrees so that it coasts down into a higher number than this. It just kind of depends. So some of the trucks and some of the other cars, these values are even lower. You'll see them like as 13s. Depending on your combination, that may not be enough. 18 is a pretty good number to start with. What you're going to be looking for, if the vehicle is warmed up and idling, this is an LS3 Gen 5 Camaro with a GPI SS4 cam. There's a little spot of here with it idling. You can see the vehicle, it's not moving. What you guys are going to be looking for is you want your throttle position, which I've got here in yellow, to be relatively stable. Anytime you see these dips like this, okay, where the throttle is allowed to move. Sorry, here we are. Anytime you see these dips like this, that's going to be oscillation. Okay, so you're going to have that. Notice that when the oscillation in the throttle happens, it's gonna swing the RPM. So in this car, I think we were commanding, you know, an 8 or an 825 idle. You can see here where it dips, and that's going to cause the timing advance to swing even more drastically, and you're going to get this bucking and surging effect. Now, you don't want to go in and see things like this. That's not good, okay? That means that there's something else going on. Ideal, and again, we're not going to talk about fuel trims in this video because, you know, it's just a different conversation. But yes, you need to get the vehicle up and running, and you need to start dialing in the fuel trims. If you have bad injector data or a vacuum leak or whatever, and you try to tune the idle of this thing sitting still, when you start to correct those other issues, you're going to be working in the opposite direction. So no, you don't want the vehicle to stall on you, but 12 grams is typically pretty good. That's going to be plenty enough. And then going through the process of, sorry, I didn't mean to get rid of that. In the process of doing your idle tuning, you can lay these channels out just like such. And look at it. If you see your throttle position looking at the timing advance, the spark advance is the only one that should be looking like this, okay? Because it works quickly and efficiently, and as much as it looks like it's swinging aggressively, you're not really feeling that. It's just controlling the camshaft, okay? But if you see these dips here in your throttle position, they're going to be matched in your RPM. That's where we need to go in and make some changes, especially with the bigger camshafts, okay? So a little trick that can be used is in our adaptive idle, okay? This operates on a PID system, okay? One of the things that we can do is you see this overspeed, RPM, and underspeed. This is an error multiplier. So this right here, this 1.0 at running, hot running temperature is the maximum amount of error that the spark advance is allowed to swing. Well, as this number gets smaller, it lessens that amount, okay? So one of the things you can do is you can come in here. We're going to take this 0.6499, and we're going to hit enter from here all the way and out. And then we're going to go to the underspeed table, and we're going to do the same thing, 0.6499. And that's going to eliminate some of the over and underspeed, which we don't typically need to go in and mess with. And then we have our proportional RPM error. And one of the things we can actually do with this is we can actually just zero this out. And it's not going to be adding any airflow, okay? In pound, you can see here pounds per hour, so it's an airflow. So it's not going to be adding any airflow as well, and we can max this out at like 2,000 RPM. That's going to be a good starting point. The last thing, we rarely need to cover these follower tables, but we can even go into the integral table, and we're not going to zero this out, and you can see what this does, okay, is when the error RPM is negative, okay, the RPM is high, then the values are subtracted from the idle airflow. Otherwise, the values are added. So again, what we can do with this is do a 0.5. This is in pounds per hour, so this is airflow. If we chop this in half, we can tame down the amount that the spark and the airflow, mainly the airflow, is allowed to swing. And what you should see is this TPS and RPM subsequently should see this tamed down. But if we come over here, 12 is going to kind of be the generic number. If you're targeting 750 to 850 or even 900, 200 to 800 can be 12 grams, and you should be just fine. Now, as the camshafts go up, you may need more. If we go to that same Camaro SS file that I was looking at, I'll show you with this one. This one had 13 and a half. Okay, really it had more like 12 that it could call on, you know, to get it where it needed to be. So I would recommend going in and trying this. I've had success with bigger camshafts, with going in here and kind of numbing this down just a little bit, but also to be cautious of doing your fuel trim tuning. So again, guys, like, comment, subscribe down below. This is going to be a members only video just for you guys. So you know, put comments down in the comments section about any questions you've got. And if you've got any data logs and files you'd like for us to look at with this, if you've got any idle clips as well, we can check it out. Let us know how it works for you. Thanks. See you in the next one.